It is a question that has been asked for decades now. Did Bexar County Hospital, which would later become University Hospital, respond appropriately to the suspicious pediatric deaths in the ICU? Although the hospital has never been formally charged for mishandling the situation, many suspect a cover-up is part of the reason why it took so long for Genene Jones to face punishment for her crimes in the San Antonio area. Our own Dylan Collier explains.
Beyond Genene Jones and her psychology and despicable behavior, were people who known better, who should have interceded to stop her.
Her shift at Bexar County Hospital was dubbed the death shift back in the early 1980s. Genene Jones was accused of giving deadly injections to more than a dozen babies, but she was never disciplined by the hospital, which begs the question, why?
It was the nursing hierarchy in the medical center hospital. The doctors, the nursing administrators, the hospital administrators, the medical school officials who knew she was, had every reason to believe she was harming kids under her care, but refused to do the right thing, who failed to stop her and allowed her to continue to harm kids and go off to Kerrville, where she murdered one child, injured 7 others.
Several hospital staff members noticed a remarkable spike in deaths and emergencies of children under Jones's care and raised the issue with administrators. Complaints led to several investigations, but investigations did not lead to disciplinary action. In fact, author Peter Elkind reported that San Antonio law enforcement officers weren't made aware of the issue until after the investigation began in Kerrville.
The hospital administration at that time was extremely fearful of lawsuits, and they felt as if, based upon what we've read, they felt as if they called Jones out or fired her, then attention would be drawn to the fact that there was an abnormal amount of baby deaths on that floor.
Jones was not let go for the suspicious deaths. Instead, there was another response.
They intentionally, what looks like intentionally, created a plan to get rid of all of the LVNs, which would include Genene Jones, and I guess with the thought that if they did that, it wouldn't draw attention specifically to her. Ms. Jones was given a letter of recommendation from the hospital saying that she was an asset to the hospital, that she would be an asset to any other place that she worked, and that she was not leaving or being fired because of any bad performance, but because they were reorganizing the unit.
That letter of recommendation was forwarded to Kathleen Holland, who of course went on to employ her in Kerrville, where several children experienced medical emergencies while under Jones's care, and Chelsea McClellan was killed after being injected with succinylcholine.